Señores, bombardeo Miraflores. Con las Corea, dime la hora.
Should we be worried when real-world events start following the same script we've seen in games and video games, in movies, and in past wars? Welcome back to Should We Be Worried, your source for questioning what's really going on behind the scenes and trying to make sense of it all. I appreciate you tapping in. Today, we've got to talk about reports surrounding President Trump's allegedly sending Delta Force into Venezuela to capture, or depending on how you look at it, abduct the Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife on January 3rd. The claim is that Maduro will be brought to New York to face court proceedings.
It's a long walk to face the wrath of American justice for Nicolas Maduro and his wife Celia. Dressed in matching tan prison uniforms, they're led in handcuffs from a chopper, headed to their first court appearance, surrounded by heavily armed federal agents. It was an all-hands-on-deck operation getting the captured first couple of Venezuela from a detention center in Brooklyn to federal court in Manhattan. The early morning odyssey began with the Maduros loaded into an armored truck, then transferred to an SUV, then to a helicopter for the brief flight to Lower Manhattan. Another armored truck transported them to the federal courthouse for their arraignment.
Whether this fully plays out or not, the situation alone has sparked global attention and serious conversations amongst world leaders about international law. But what we're going to talk about, because what a lot of people don't realize is there were predictions of something like this happening in Venezuela years ago. And on top of that, we also need to talk about the reports of Venezuela's power grid being shut down during the operation. All of that and more in just a few minutes. Now, before we get started, make sure you hit that like button. Yeah, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit it. Hit that subscribe button and tap on the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. Thank you for supporting the channel, and also thanks for all the anniversary wishes and all the anniversary love last week. And shout out to everyone tuning in from around the globe. Last but not least, I just want to say happy birthday to anyone born in the month of January. Capricorn gang, you already know who you are. We cover serious topics here, but we keep it pretty human. The videos put out this month here are dedicated for you. So happy birthday to everyone born in the month of January. All right, let me get started. Now let me say this up front. This is your warning. This is your warning. This is your warning. We're about to ask some serious questions. And if you're the type who gets uncomfortable when people don't blindly accept headlines, you might want to just go ahead and click off now. You might want to just go ahead and click off now. On this channel, we don't just go along with anything we see on the news or scrolling through social media. We ask questions. So, respectfully, this may not be the channel for you. But if you hang around, we appreciate you. We appreciate you sticking around and seeing what's going on. All right, so let me be real for a second. When I first heard the headline that the Venezuelan president may have been kidnapped by U.S. forces, I was like, damn, man, that's crazy, But I still got to go to work in the morning. I still got to go to work in the morning. I didn't have a chance to get to it. But that's where a lot of us are mentally right now. That's where a lot of us are mentally. These massive geopolitical moves happen every day, and people are just expected to absorb it and keep on moving. And the crazy part is this is where the pattern shows up. The same script, different scene. A problem gets identified, whether it be drugs, weapons of mass destruction, terrorism, instability, and America has to step in to remove a dictator or solve a problem. We've seen this play over and over, family. We've seen it again. Like, it is what it is. Take a look at this comparison between the media coverage from Iraq and now Venezuela. Listen closely to the language, freedom and democracy, liberation. It's all familiar for a reason. Just check this out.
I'm not even going to play around anymore. Hit me with the works. Iraq, Venezuela, go! We're giving them full opportunity to do it the easy way. And when it doesn't work, we'll do it the hard way.
If we can do things the easy way, that's fine. And if we have to do it the hard way, that's fine too.
Chemical weapons is a threat to the United States.
Fentanyl poses a chemical weapons threat to the United States.
Al-Qaeda terrorists inside Iran.
Al-Qaeda of our hemisphere.
If we can get rid of Saddam, it could really begin to transform the region.
There's an opportunity to transform the entire region.
Bringing freedom and democracy.
Democracy and freedom
can serve as a beacon of hope.
Shock.
Cannot
So this was absolutely on the bingo card, right? We knew something like this was gonna play out sooner or later this year. You're not gonna piss on my head and tell me that it's raining. The world is a stage, and most people are just watching the show. And for those that are really tapped in, you already know, big scripts usually come with predictive programming, and this situation is no different. Go back and look at the Call of Duty Ghost from 2013, where the storyline revolves around going into Venezuela and neutralizing a dictator. Or check out Amazon's Jack Ryan series from years ago, where Venezuela is framed as a strategic threat because of its oil.
Did you know that everything that's happening in Caracas, Venezuela was already foretold to us? In this Call of Duty, the United States sent special forces in order to take over the dictator of Venezuela. Caracas, Venezuela to be exact. But this is where it gets crazy. Pay attention. This Call of Duty came out 12 years ago. You want to know what else happened 12 years ago? Nicolas Maduro started his presidency 12 years ago. Look at the opening scene to the final act.
To us, Rourke was a legend. A man could walk through hell.
They based the game 12 years in the past. Is that coincidence? What else is crazy is the similarities between the dictator of the Call of Duty game and Maduro. The dictator in the game is named Diego Almagro. Look at the characteristics that Diego Almagro had in the game. He would torture and imprison US-born individuals. Sounds very similar to Maduro, wouldn't you say? He has been accused of crimes against humanity, including excessive force, arbitrary detentions, torture. Not only did this Call of Duty get the exact timeline down to a T, it also got the exact location, Caracas, Venezuela. I really do hope that people start opening their eyes and realizing that they have to tell us what they do before they do it. These occultists and elites believe if they tell us beforehand what they're doing, they won't pay the price in the afterlife. It's called karmic retribution. This is their belief. Search it up. There is no such thing as coincidences.
Would you assume is the most major threat on the world stage?
Definitely Russia.
Definitely Russia. Who else?
China.
Stop yelling at me, but China is a good answer. Venezuela? Anybody? Everybody's cool with Venezuela? No threat? Okay. Which one of these places can claim to have the largest oil deposit on the planet? More than Saudi? More than Iran? Wow. Okay, what about things like gold? More than all the mines in Africa combined? Venezuela is arguably the single greatest resource of oil and minerals on the planet. So, why is this country in the midst of one of the greatest humanitarian crises in modern history? On the news, they'll call it a crisis. But on the world stage, they'll call it a failed state. Other examples of a failed state in recent history are Yemen, Iraq, and Syria. And if that's not bad enough news for you, well, Venezuela is also the only one of these places within 30-minute range from the U.S. of next-gen nuclear missiles. You will not hear about any of this on the news because the biggest players on the world stage do not want you to. Russia, China, can never be the most major threat until countries like Venezuela leave the door open to our very own backyard.
So in that last clip, the professor literally explains why Venezuela can't be allowed to fall into the hands of China or Russia, and now we're here. Is that predictive programming, right? Is that predictive programming? That happened a few years ago. That was on Amazon a few years ago, And so for me, I asked the question, like, how deep does this go? Is Maduro just a character in a much larger play? Because I think they all in cahoots. They all, whether it be the US, China, Russia, all of them have a stake in what's coming in the future, and they keep our energy up and keep us worried and trying to figure out what's going on. They all really know what's going on. Is Maduro resisting the script, or was he always a part of it? Because when every major outlet is pushing the same narrative, my alarm bells go off. To me, that's just psych ops at work. That's all that is. And I'll admit, that they make the scripts more dramatic every time, man. Maduro allegedly said, if you want me gone, you have to come get me. And then you guess what happens? Prez went and they got him.
Venga por mí. Aquí lo espero en Miraflores. No se tarde en llegar, cobarde.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
You know, he says, screw international law, screw the UN, screw congressional approval. None of that seems to matter when power moves are being made. Now, whether you like Trump's rebellious approach or not, you know, China and Russia were watching closely. Venezuela has leaned toward them for years. So a move like this sends a loud message. But what matters to me, you know, what truly matters to me is at the end of the day, it's always the people on the ground, like the people in Venezuela, people like you and me that pay the real price. You know, we the ones traveling, going to different countries. We the ones trying to unite, trying to, you know, really usher in this world peace. And we pay a price on how we look around the globe. You know, we do, you know, the military pays a price in going in and conducting these operations. It's the taxpayer money that's funding these operations, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, we absolutely hold space for anyone who was impacted or lost loved ones or will be affected by these events. You know, people were hurt, innocent people were hurt, allegedly, you know, during this raid, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what really matters. Hey, so real fast, if you busy, you know, you on your way to work, something you want to check out what else we got to talk about, go ahead and fast forward. But right now, I just want to show some love to the folks who commented on to the Anthony Joshua video. Just go out and read some of these comments. You know, much love to Aaron Nodal Music. They said, glad I found you here. Peace and love to those lost and their loved ones. We'll be tuning back in. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. That's amazing. I appreciate Aaron Nodal Music. You know, definitely appreciate that support, family. All right, now we got, we got Don Savastano. He said, bro, I just clicked for the content. Respectfully, please get on with it. We got like button lethargy. Okay. All right, bro. That's how you feel. You know, I appreciate the comment. You know, I could take that tough love. You know, you tried it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good. It's all good. Appreciate the comment. Now we got Michelle Fury 12345. You know, subbed. Heart excellent. I've had questions even before the fight. What's happening isn't so unusual anymore. You right, man. You right, family. It's not really unusual anymore. And everybody in the comments talking about conspiracy and this and that. Like, you are really turning into the minority. Hey, I ain't hating on you for not questioning things, but like if you don't question some of this stuff, I don't know what to say. All right, we got Gendra cowworm. Y'all see it on the screen. Subscribed. Keep going after what is going on behind the scenes. Clap. Yes, I appreciate that comment. I'm gonna keep asking these questions, man. I don't care. All right, let me read one more. Got Candy Apple 309. Glad to run across this channel. You have a new subscriber. That's me. Love. Happy face. Keep up the good work. I appreciate that, Candy Apple. I'm gonna keep on the gas, man. If y'all want to talk about it, we gonna keep on the gas. All right. Let me wrap this up so I can get back to work, man. Because at the end of the day, kidnap president or not, man, I gotta go to work. You know, I gotta get to work. But, you know, I also would like to say shout out to all the ladies that show up and support your boy. Make sure y'all respectful of the ladies in the comments. I really do appreciate the women showing up. So a lot of times they end up being more woke and aware than what we are, you know. Yeah. All right, let's wrap this up. All right, now let's talk about something that should really make everyone pause. The grid power shutdown. You know, reports show massive outages in Venezuela during this operation.
Señores, bombardeo Miraflores con Lasco. Dime la hora.
Son las 2 de la madrugada.
Van hacia arriba. ¿Sí? Si es por parte de su madre o parte... boludo, se cortó la luz.
And I was thinking, man, if a superpower can shut off electricity for millions of people, which we all know that they have this ability, but to see it done in real time, you know, that's a capability that could be used anywhere. You know, it could be used anywhere, including here at home, you know, including by China or Russia to America, to, you know, or America on America. You know how it goes, man. I'm not putting nothing past anybody. So, you know, if America can do it, so can other superpowers. And with all the predictive programming around EMPs and infrastructure attacks, this is something to think about. I'm not saying live in fear. I'm just saying be prepared. Keep a little bit of extra water. Keep them battery packs. Learn how to function without power for just a day or two. You know, give it a rep. Give it a rep. You know, live like our grandparents used to live. You know, and just think about that. Don't wait for the lights to go out for the first time to try to figure out how you gonna generate some power, because you don't know how long them lights gonna go out. So I want to know, what do you think? What do you think, man? Like, am I the only one thinking out loud like this? Is this a coincidence, or is it confirmation of a repeating global script? Or are we watching real chaos, man? Are we watching real chaos? I'm not saying we are or we aren't. You know, I'm just asking a question. All right, family, that's it. Let's continue the conversation in the comments. Much love to the people of Venezuela. Peace and love to you and everything you got going on. Please like and subscribe. Stay connected. Share the content if you feel led to, and let me know. Should we be worried? All right, peace.